Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 268 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about step 2 in our confidence goal process. Now every month it's been a different goal process, but it's the same process that we came up with in January that we're using to really hone in on a specific goal and objective for this month, which is the first part of step 2, which is get smart, which is smart as in smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. What I like to do is in my little handy dandy journal notebook for the challenge, I write those down and I take the goal that I came up with for myself yesterday, although I changed it today because I'm like, am I being 100% honest? This is what I really want to work on. Or is there something that might have a more profound underlying positive effect if I were to achieve a confidence goal in a different area? So I changed my mind and I went back and changed the story I was telling myself, my current as well as my desired, so I could be more specific. And the confidence goal that I am picking is body image and identity, right? My identity, my body image, and what's tied up around that. And I realized as I was getting dressed this morning that that was a much more powerful thing for me to be doing right now than I had originally picked more confidence in starting and launching a new business. Well, since I've literally done that dozens and dozens of times, do I really need more confidence in that area? No, I was telling myself a lie because I didn't want to actually address and talk about an area that's really near and dear to my heart, as well as the rest of my physical being and my physical body. So my confidence area to improve is body image, body identity, body positivity, whatever we want to call it. I'm not sure what I want to call it today yet, but if I am setting a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goal with respect to that, what would that look like? And I'm just going to pop a couple ideas in from my head because I haven't done this yet, and I literally just changed my mind on the whole idea about 20 minutes ago, and I haven't thought about it because I was getting ready to do my videos. So my goal is I want to have and I want to say 100%, but that's not realistic. Let's say I'm going to call it body positivity, identity, and image. And I could tell a bunch of stories around this. I've had health challenges since I was a little girl, and they've showed up in different forms of my life. But for the most part, chronic pain, health challenges, chronic illness has just been a part of my identity, a part of my being, and it has taken a toll and has an impact on my body. For example, my vision challenges came about having inflammation in my eyes, and because of that inflammation, I lost sight in my left eye first, and in my right eye, it's following kind of the same path. And that has created a whole new set of challenges for me, right? How do I cope? How do I get by with very low vision? How do I make it seem like I don't have a challenge with my vision? Because I think that people judge and make assumptions. Oh, she can't see, therefore how can she help me? And actually, I can see. I just can't see 20/20 like everybody else can. What I see is different, which probably is an advantage to me in that I imagine and visualize much better than I did when I had better vision. Now, the truth is, I probably haven't been able to see my entire life, and I've still accomplished a ton of stuff because I didn't know, till I was 11, I didn't know I couldn't see. I just thought that's the way the world looked. I thought that I didn't know you could see individual leaves on trees until I went to the eye doctor and got my eyes corrected. I don't know how I ever got through, that many years of school physical exams and nobody figured out that I couldn't see squat. In 4th grade, they figured out I couldn't see the chalkboard. And by 6th grade, I needed glasses and contacts because, in 4th grade, it was 4th grade. Where I finally got my reading lined out. And it was because the way I saw the world was different, and the way I saw the words and the things on the page was different than the other kids. And of course, I didn't know that. But I came up with a strategy to solve that and work that out for me too, so I could catch up and I could read and I could excel in different areas and aspects of my life that I wanted to. So what does that have to do with body positivity? Those experiences have shaped the way I think about and judge and react to different physical things that pop up in my life. And I definitely need to change and improve those because I'm not the same person I was as a little girl. I'm not the same person I was in my 20s. I'm not even the same person I was who dropped dead in my 50s, right? When I turned 50, that same year I had a sudden cardiac arrest and checked out for a while, which was my most massive wake-up call, right? That I really should have been doing something with, and I did do a lot of things with my physical well-being, but didn't really change my underlying core beliefs and thoughts and feelings. And I never addressed any of those that, I mean, some of them, yes, but a lot of what came up, I haven't addressed yet. So my specific goal is to address body positivity, my identity, and my image, and go from what my stories are about myself and chronic illness and yo-yo dieting and weight loss and crazy things, into what I want to be. I just want to be a healthy woman in my 60s that feels good in my own body, right? No matter what it is. You know, as we get older, we get creaks and bad knees and everything else. So we want to be cognizant of that. But my specific goal is to create body positivity in me. And that means my first response, 90+% of the time, about anything physical or about my body is positive. And I'm going to say 90% of the time. And I should say probably 80 and then work my way up. But let's just say 90 because I think that that's possible. I know a lot of tools, tricks, and strategies and affirmations and things that can really help me to change that. It's just something I never really specifically addressed, and I think it's long overdue. So how am I going to measure that? I am going to journal and document my journey of the steps that I take to do that, which we're going to come up with tomorrow. We're going to break this whole body positivity, image, and identity down to actionable steps, right? So is it achievable? Absolutely, yes. I mean, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that have modeled this behavior before about having a positive and an automatic positive response to their thoughts in their mind about their image, about their identity, about their physical being, right? Is it relevant? I'm going to say absolutely yes, because I think it's like confidence and communication. It's an underlying skill that if I tend to the positive, I do it in a lot of different areas and aspects of my life. So why haven't I done it on my physical body and my physical well-being? So I think it's relevant. I think it matches my core values and my desire to continually improve. And then time bound, I'm doing end of year. So December 31st, 2023. Now, does that mean I'll never have a negative thought about my physical person? No. You know, I'll still have like bad hair days where I put in ponytails because my hair's way too long and it needs some kind of a style, but I haven't gotten one yet, which is just right there, an example of negative self-talk about my image. So I want to stop doing all of that. And you can help regulate me on that because you listen to my videos every day. And how often do I say something negative about myself, my body, my clumsiness, etc.? Need to eliminate that from what I do, what I say, what I think, right? And maybe that's one of my steps tomorrow that we'll talk about, eliminate negative self-talk. Been working on that one for years. I need some new tips, tricks, and strategies. I need to research some to make sure that happens. So take your goal from yesterday or be like me and create a brand new one today and say, okay, how am I going to make this a smart goal? How am I going to make it specific? And creating body positivity in me, 90% of the time, positive response. Is that specific enough? I don't know. I guess as I break it down and continue to decide on this goal, exactly what it's going to look like, I might have to become more specific than that and change exactly what that is. I'm not sure if that's the right thing yet. Measurable, I think journaling and documenting the journey is a really powerful way to measure something because I can see, you know, maybe I count up how many times I catch myself falling into a negative belief, negative talk, negative self-talk, judging my own body or someone else's, etc. That would be something I could measure as well. I guess I could count and track that. Is it achievable? Yes. Relevant? Yes. Matches my core values, what I want to continually improve and be a better version of myself all the time. And time bound, end of the year. That's pretty easy, right? I like to do the easy ones first. Go listen. So fill in your sheet. That's our action item today. Take your goal and put it into the SMART framework because that just shows us more things that we might need to work on or how we might need to tighten up or tweak our goal. All right. Any questions? Hit me up. Of course, there's a write-up in Guide 17 of the Get Up and Go Private Challenge Facebook group page. Otherwise, ask me. If you got any questions, ask. Obviously, I just stumble through some of this stuff just like everybody else does. And that's how we get better and better and better at it, is by doing and practicing and figuring out how to make these tools and strategies and this process in particular our own. How are we going to make the goal setting process our own so we can install it in our subconscious and create whatever it is that we want pretty much on autopilot. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.